But Doug, you're a dirty insurrectionist seditionist. Just listen to MSNBC.
Doug Mastriano was at the insurrection and he was photographed breaching one of the restricted areas. Is that okay?
Which area? Because I saw a video where Capitol officers were taking away barriers and unlocking doors for people. So, I mean,
they opened the gates.
So it shouldn't be disqualifying for an elected official if they participated in January 6th?
He didn't strike anybody. He didn't hurt anybody.
And the only one that died was a protester there, not a Capitol police officer.
An unarmed female veteran was shot.
That's the only one that died.
That's the only one who died.
A police officer did die.
No. It was a stroke.
That's not
on site.
Caused by that. That's because he shouldn't have been a police officer.
They tried so hard, 2.5 years of information operations, and the Yinzers in Pittsburgh know better. I mean, those people were amazing. Somebody sent me the clip, and you're kind of like, oh boy, here we go again. But you listen to those people, that's middle America right there.
That's gold, Doug. That's gold. Put it in a campaign ad tomorrow.
Just because showed up at an event to peacefully assemble.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and Doug Mastriano, the Republican nominee for Pennsylvania, took some pause to sit down with OAN.
So what do you make, though, overall of January 6th? I mean, watching that footage, it was pretty disturbing. I mean, there were people throwing excrement at the walls, and it was it's the Capitol.
It looked a lot like Antifa's actions.
Yeah, it looked a lot, except on a much smaller scale. It looked the same as the Black Lives Matter riots.
That's what I saw, the similarities to be.
Minneapolis burns, Kenosha burns.
But so it's okay just because one side that you disagree with?
I'm saying Antifa infiltrated.
Hats off to those people for seeing the bigger picture here and seeing the truth. If you didn't break any laws, you got nothing to be ashamed of. Most people that went there is mostly peaceful. 99% of the people, they came and they left and did nothing wrong.
Videos like this one showing an officer being crushed by rioters, making the D.C. police chief emotional.
It makes me sick to my stomach to see that video. And that officer, obviously, he was afraid for his life.
A police officer did die.
No, it was a stroke.
That's not
on site.
Caused by that. That's because he shouldn't have been a police officer.
And he had plenty of time to be chummy about the attack on the Capitol. Meanwhile, people that were there that day continue to be charged with very serious crimes. Footage continues to be released. We find out that more and more of this day was planned and premeditated. And still, Republicans dig their heels in deeper and deeper. People like this make me sick. They try over and over again to rewrite history, take away from the severity of events, and use it as a casual conversation piece without any remorse or regret. Meanwhile, we have to have more public conversations around the rising level of anti-Semitism and white nationalist groups, all because politicians want to kiss Trump's ass and claim that they will help him regain power as long as he endorses them. Fascism does not start overnight. It happens slowly. People don't just wake up one day and their entire government changed. It's that slow burn. Cooking a frog means slowly boiling it alive.
And the January 6th committee has 2 witnesses on the schedule today, or at least they did. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, the second witness today. And the first one, Doug Mastriano, the Republican nominee for governor of Pennsylvania. And while Mastriano did show up, his lawyer says he did not answer any questions and stopped the interview after just 15 minutes.
The committee wants to hear from Doug Mastriano. He was the point person in Pennsylvania on Donald Trump's false elector scheme. He was at the Capitol on January 6th. He bussed people to Washington that day for the rally. They have a lot of questions for him. And so I'm very interested to see what the next step here is now that Mr. Mastriano has pulled out of this interview process.
Entertaining the idea that what happened on January 6th wasn't that bad creates mental space and room for expectations to simply be lowered. That way, when they try it again, they make the last time look like nothing. And over, there is a slow chipping away at our democracy. You have Republicans stating that they want elections to be decided by certain states. No popular vote, no real voice of the people, and those Republicans are running for the offices that count the votes. They want to change the way votes are cast so that certain people don't have the option to vote. And I'll let you guess who those people are. They want to impose more restrictions at the ballot box and even encourage voter intimidation. And finally, they aren't denouncing fascism. They are instead pointing the finger and saying, no, be scared of socialism. Be scared of communism, not Christian nationalism, party. Elections have consequences, and we are living through some of the worst consequences imaginable. Those that are in power will continue to seek more power. We already know that. But those who will seek power through Donald Trump, those putrid MAGA Republicans, they will seek to cheat to get that power. And they are blatant about it. Look at Clarence Thomas coming in for Graham. Clarence Thomas, who ruled solely on the case for Graham to not testify in Georgia. And Thomas's wife was involved in January 6th. We all know this, and they are getting away with it. Again, it won't happen overnight. It will be a creeping process of small actions that build up to fascism. If you think it can't happen here, look at the many other countries across the world that felt the same way. If we aren't vigilant in this fight and screaming for accountability, then we can kiss our freedoms and our American values goodbye, because freedom doesn't mesh with fascism. Comment down below on how you plan to push back. Be that organizing, talking to your neighbors, voting early. Let us know, because we've got a lot at stake and not a lot of time. Vote early if you can, and if not, make a plan to vote. Don't take this sitting down. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.